print's finished now. I'm really pleased with it. It's been no layer shifts. I turned off internal supporting Cura because I thought with that the top and the side angle it'd be more than enough to support itself. I second guessed Cura and luckily I was correct. It's used the whole height of the printer, which is great. It's taken just under 2 days. It's 1 day, 23 hours, 13 minutes and 59 seconds. Longer than I thought, but what Cura guessed. It looks solid on the platform. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's see what the supports are like on this. Oh yeah, it's got good adhesion to the base. The head wasn't likely to knock it over. Let's try removing it. There we go. Very good. So the detail on the actual banana piece has come out really well. I'm really pleased with that. How well will these supports remove, or how easily? Let's have a look. Well, not easily. Let's bring in the tools. Stick these little needle-nosed pliers in there. Oh. Not easily at all. Here we go. Oh, check that out. Hardly any damage to detail under there at all. That's real good. Brilliant. If you look at this screenshot that you might remember from before of the Cura slice against this photograph of one of the parts being printed, you can see how that hollowing and filled wall translates into the actual print. I just thought that was quite interesting to see. Each part of the banana peel that I'm printing is taking about half a roll of PLA. I've finished the first 2 and that's a whole roll gone. There was only a small bit left on the spool. I think you can see here I've put a little 28mm banana in line with the 2 parts so far. You can get a feel for how big he's going to be. I have put out on a few forums about gluing the 2 parts together. They mate up absolutely brilliantly where I cut them. I would normally use super glue, but with the size of this, I'm just exploring maybe using epoxy or melting it together in some way. I think before I take parts that have created 2 parts on their own that have created a week to print, I want to make sure that the glue's going to hold on something larger. So I'll probably do a few tests in the future to see how that comes together before I trash them. So we have a big problem. Well into printing the parts now. The Ender has been printing a week and a half solid without stopping, and I've just come to change over the reel on the plastic because we're about to run out. I'm not sure whether what's left on this roll is enough to print the next part. I'm still into actual yellow banana peel at this point. We've not even got to the point of printing anything else, and hopefully the camera's picking up. You can actually see the problem. The reel here I've opened up to replace it is a different colour. They are both Creality yellow, but as you can probably see, this is a citrus, bright, almost semi-transparent when you hold it up yellow, and this is a more opaque amber orangey yellow. When they're not next to each other, it's hard to tell, and I think looking at the camera it's picking up the difference quite well. Interestingly, these are the boxes that they've come out of. On the camera I think you can see quite a big difference in the greys, that you can't really see that with the naked eye. The only difference I can see is obviously we've got the name, logo and country of origin, etc. It's just also written in a Chinese dialect that I don't understand on this box. Apart from that, they're the same. The reels are both a clear plastic, both marked Creality. So I'm guessing one of three things has happened here. Either when I've bought all my plastic, Creality are in the middle of a changeover of supplier or changeover of their colour to alter it for whatever reason, and the stock I've got was half one, half the other. I think I've mentioned that I can't buy this locally to me, so I have to get it online. Maybe they have regional differences. I can understand them having different regional suppliers. So this would sort of be the Asia, maybe this European, US. No point making it in one place around the world and then shipping it everywhere. They would have local suppliers, and because I've sourced it online, someone's had to go around and get enough yellow to meet my demand. Probably people normally buy yellow in 1s and 2s, and I've got about 8 rolls. It turns out 4 of this type, 2 of this yellow. I made a test purchase online, and I have got this one again, so if anything it looks like this is the more local to me, or this is the colour that they're moving to from this top one. Could be that one of the rolls is fake, maybe. I don't necessarily believe that, because both of them are to a similar spec. They're both a clear roll. The die that's made these clear rolls actually has the company logo as part of it. It's not just scribbled on or stuck on. Although the clear rolls are different, but they've both got it in. This one here and this one, look at the camera, it'll pick it up, but it's actually stamped in here. Both have the same part number when I ordered them, so I'm not convinced one's fake. These boxes do look almost bang on to the flesh, and they're both professionally made. So I suspect I've encountered some sort of regional issue or a supplier changeover issue. But that gives me a big problem, because I'm not through printing the main yellow body of the Banana Knight. And obviously if I mix and match, my idea was to not paint this figure. It was to use the natural colour or added colour of the PLA itself, and so far everything I've printed has been this lower colour, and when you put the two parts together it looks absolutely great. So if I introduce this, you can see there'll be a stark contrast. So I've got two options now. I either end the project, decide I'm not going to do it anymore, or print something a lot smaller just with one of the colours that I've got left. It'll probably have to be in this one now, because I've used most of that on the bigger pieces. Abandon the project in total, or I accept where I am, continue printing with this. I don't think I can put up with the two colours, and the body I will have to give it an overpaint of yellow to blend the two in. At the moment I'm undecided. I'd like your opinion, guys. I would also, is there an option I haven't thought of? Do you know more about the colour differences? Can I get some more of this? Anything you can think of, interested in your opinions, you can pop it down below. Send me a message, either through YouTube or Thingiverse or one of the Facebook printing groups I'm on, because this project in some way now has got to change.